Early retirement is something that is accessible to anyone who can create a gap between what they earn and what they spend. I think everybody in the FIRE movement has kind of their one or two things where they're a little bit crazy and frugal, and for us, it's keeping our house warm. We live in a cold place, and we keep our house at 55 degrees.
We both were working in pretty long hours, high stress careers, and at some point we realized it was going to be unsustainable. And we also realized anytime we got a raise, anytime we got a bonus, we banked that and invested it, that we wouldn't have to work really for the rest of our lives or even for more than 10 more years.
So in all, we saved a bit over 30 times our annual spending. We did a two-phase early retirement. So rather than try to save for everything in one big chunk, we saved for our early retirement, which we think of as now until traditional retirement age, and then we saved separately for traditional retirement, age 59 and a half onward.
I mean, the two biggest things that we've done are to minimize spending on the two biggest expenses for anybody, housing and transportation. You know, we have a 12-year-old, 13-year-old Honda Civic, 14-year-old Honda Civic, and a Subaru. We paid cash, and you know, we're going to drive them to 200, 300,000 miles until they won't drive anymore. So we definitely benefited from the lessons of the recession, and we're very deliberate about buying less than we could afford, less than the banks would have loaned us, something we could pay on one salary if one of us lost our job.
In retirement, our income comes from a few different places, primarily from selling shares of index funds. And we also have a rental property. I hate it when people say anyone can do this, because I don't think anyone can. When you have almost half the country earning essentially minimum wage. We've known people who've retired early with couples earning less than 6 figures combined. We know people who've done it on single incomes. We know people who've done it in the military. I would love to get a little bit more nuance into the FIRE discussion. The extremes are not what's interesting about it. What's interesting is this huge movement of people sort of taking our own financial security into our own hands, of saying, in the past, for our parents or our grandparents, you could rely on your employer to give you a pension, to take care of you into old age. There is a big aspect of the FIRE movement that's really about creating your own safety net. And so what I've called it is the power of the freedom to fail, that we're giving ourselves the ability to say, okay, we could go out and try a business endeavor, and if it fails and we make no money at it, it's okay, because we have our safety net already here.